Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What? Would you just take a look? Ah, let's just go over this, shall we?
Do you run the risk, as some Republicans have said, of looking like you're playing games with impeachment if you hold on to these
And begin.
articles for too long?
I said,
Do you run the risk, as some Republicans have said, of looking
Right, because Twitter doesn't want anyone seeing this video. I have a 100 megabit pipe here.
like you're playing games with impeachment if you hold on to these articles for too long?
I said what I was going to say, Nancy. When we bring the bill, which is, just so you know, there's a bill made in order by the Rules Committee that we can call up at any time in order to send it over to the Senate and to have the provisions in there to pay for the impeachment. And then the next step, whatever you want to call it, the trial.
Somebody just shoot me now.
That is where you put the managers. I was not prepared to put the managers in that bill yet because we don't know the arena that we are in. Frankly, I don't care what the Republicans say. Any other question? Not on this subject. I've said this is it. I honored Nancy.
Oh, Nancy. So basically what happens, the House votes to impeach 2 articles, nonsense of course, but they did yesterday, as you saw, successfully. The next step isn't actually to go right into the Senate and have them vote on it, which allegedly they're going to vote it down. They need 62 or 3, I think it's 63 votes. Like, it's not happening. But before that even happens, so she got the yes votes yesterday. The next step, you basically have to do another vote, I guess, or package it, as she says, and then if like the vote has happened, but it's not even official. They have to now make it official. And when they do that, that's the process. So it's not like, okay, it's going to the Senate automatically. Like, that's not it. She can now sit on this. And she is sitting on it. Oh, and I think it's, from what I'm reading, it's probably going to be somewhere in the first part of January. Probably January sometime when they do decide to do this. So I'm looking at some Q stuff, of course. And the Q stuff is interesting because where'd it go? He linked something from Donald Trump. And this was again yesterday. And Q posted Donald Trump's tweet. The Mueller report, this is Donald Trump's tweet from April 24th, 2019, by the way. But Q went ahead and posted it just now, yesterday. The Mueller report, despite being written by angry Democrats and Trump haters and with unlimited money behind it, $35 million, didn't lay a glove on me. I did nothing wrong. If the partisan Dems ever tried to impeach, I would first head to the U.S. Supreme Court. Q's putting that back in your face right now. So what do you think's about to happen? We're going to sit on this for a while because we want to know what the rules are going to be for the Senate, is what she's saying, Nancy. We want to know what the rules, we want this to be fair. You guys got to be fair with us in the Senate. We want to know about the witnesses and everything else. You got to be fair. Fair. Well, we don't have to be fair. We Democrats don't have to be fair at all. But you guys better be fair. We're not, but you should. Do you think it's possible we might be hearing a Supreme Court justice case here shortly, maybe even before it gets to the Senate? Is that what Q's telling us? And after that tweet, Q post, He writes, an impeachment role for the Supreme Court. Links to the National Review headline from December 18th, also 2019, just yesterday. National Review, an impeachment role for the Supreme Court. In the present overheated state of official Washington, there may be no alternative to charging into an impeachment trial whose outcome is a foregone conclusion. There is no allegation of treason, bribery, a high crime, or a misdemeanor, the four categories of offense the Constitution identifies as justifying the removal of a president, and no evidence of any such offense. Now, again, they keep saying it. CNN will keep saying it, BC will keep saying it, and the Democrats will keep saying it. But I could say something too. Hey, everybody, the market in crypto you saw crash the other day down to 6,600 or so, a little lower, that never happened. That's a lie, it never happened, and I'll just keep repeating it, and then you guys keep repeating it, everybody keeps repeating it, and everyone will just believe us that it never happened. But anyone who has an ounce of a brain cell in their head will say, well, I can go look at the charts, and let me go see what you guys are saying. Hey, all of you guys are wrong. It did go down. It's back up, of course, whatever. But it went down. In fact, I haven't even checked all morning. What's the price today? After the little dumpage. Got back over 7,100. Bitcoin, that is. And the old trade bot made a trade. It looks like it was a successful trade. 5:30. It looks like it anyways. I have to check the old trading bot. Yeah, so anyway, I gotta do something here real quick. Start that. All right, so back on track. I just wanted to curious what the price of Bitcoin was. So this article talks about it, but it mainly says, oh yeah, he could go to the Supreme Court and basically squash this thing right away. Next post for Q, it must be done right. It must be done according to the rule of law. It must carry weight. It must be proven in the court of law. There can be no mistakes. Good things sometimes take time. Attempts to slow or block the inevitable justice will fail. Democrats, election interference 2016. Clinton and Hussein, Barack, illegal FISA. That's one sentence. Democrats, election interference in 2018. Whoa, what? 2018? What are you talking about? 2018. I thought, why is Q mentioning 2018 interference? What interference are you talking about? Well, we had the midterms. And some Democrats got some seats. Is he slipping something out right now? Oh, yeah, there's still more to come on that. You guys didn't know? Huh. Silly me. Is that what I'm reading here? So, Democrats, election interference in 2018. Mueller. Democrats, election interference 2020. Impeachment. Projection. These people are sick. We the people are the cure. So, regarding what he just said, he posts that again and then answers something else. And all the questions are, have there been any people fired or forced out of the following government agencies? And the answer is yes, because over the last week, there's been I think I read it this morning, seven people in 7 days have been removed from interesting positions within the government. I've been reading that since yesterday. That's just in the last 7 days. How about over the last 3 years? So anyways, Q's reminding you. FBI, DOJ, State, Senate, Congress, CIA, DOD, Supreme Court, Federal Judiciary, DOJ, which I think he already said, and CIA again. So he repeated both CIA and DOJ. And then he says locked and loaded. Bar on the scope of Durham's investigation. And it's a Fox News clip, which maybe I'll just play. Maybe I need to do a separate Q update. Maybe I need to do a separate Q update. This first thing, Nancy she can't even speak right. Boom hits the mic. Boom. whatever you want to call it, the trial. You're the Speaker of the House for a long time, many times now, a couple times. You don't know what terminology to use? Joe, what's that thing you stick in a computer on the motherboard? It's not a hard drive, but it's some kind of memory thing. It's the the memory thing, whatever you want to call it. It's called RAM, 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 a stick of RAM. I'm in IT. I know all of the terms, and that's just the hardware side of it. Ask me some database questions, some SQL query stuff. I might be able to answer you on that. Why? Because that's my field. IT, network administrator, database stuff, even some programming, Visual Basic, VisualBasic.net. So not C#.net, but VisualBasic.net. I'll answer some questions. Why? Because it's what I do. Nancy Pelosi can sit there and stutter across the microphone, not knowing which words to use. As Q said, is she going to use this when charges are coming against her and the others? Is she going to be able to use, oh, my brain's been failing. I made these poor decisions over the years because my brain's been failing. She's going to go for the old brain failure excuse to try not to get charged. That's what Q had been saying here recently. Anyways, I think I want to do a separate video strictly on this, which will be coming shortly.